Hello, all of my sleepy bears. My name is Chronically Blue. Welcome back to some more Crash Bandicoot: The Wrath of Cortex. It's been a hot minute since I've recorded this. I know for all y'all.
Well, here we are again. I wouldn't necessarily call this irony, but don't you find it a little odd that we keep meeting under these same world domination circumstances? Why not just give up? And let me win for once!
Don't worry, Dr. Cortex. Now that my elemental powers have reached maximum capacity, this little geek is gonna wish he was never created.
Alright then. I know for all y'all it hasn't been that long, but for me it's been a bit. Because I've been focused on so many things. First off, you may notice that the microphone quality is hopefully a little bit better. I think there's a death right here too. I'm almost certain that there is. But I know all of y'all don't enjoy when I fumble around with the microphone settings, and believe me, I don't either. But the reason why I had to do it was because I was trying to record myself reading something, and what had happened was I could hear myself. Sorry. I literally just ate dinner, so I was like, so glad I finished my TV show. Time to record because I need to. Anyway, so what had happened was I was recording myself reading something because I had to. And I could hear myself. And when I say hear myself, I don't mean I could hear myself as I was talking or anything like that. I mean specifically when I listened to it back, it didn't sound like as it should. I was making a bunch of mouth clicking sounds, which I know just saying that alone sounds very odd. And it sounds odd even to me, just saying it, but it indeed happened. I'm really trying to make sure here because I'm just so good at messing up this part here. Oh, that was really close to the edge. But yes, and so my mouth was making a bunch of clicking sounds, and I don't mean but as I was talking, my tongue was just sliding around in my mouth or something like that, and it just made clicking sounds, and it came through in the word that I was saying, and it was so weird to me. I was like, that's horrible. And then I heard myself over enunciate the S's, which I'm ew, David, why would you do that? And so I then proceeded to spend so much time trying to figure out why and how to fix it. And the main thing was that with me trying to go through and make sure that everything was all right, what I ended up doing was just going through and making it so everything was... Sorry, I'm mis-talking here. Just give me a hot second here. I was trying to just find a way to mitigate it, and then lo and behold, there isn't really a way to do that, unfortunately, which is super awesome. But the thing that you can do is you can drink water or such, or other stuff like that. Ooh, okay. Okay, well that's why we have the Aku Aku. You can drink water and such, or a bunch of different things. Most of them involve applications and plugins and whatnot, and that's what I decided to use. But the plugins that I used, they didn't really do much, even though they were cranked to the max settings, and I read the manual. When I read a manual, that's how you know something's really bad, because I am the greatest person ever when it comes to... Wow, we really died there. That's okay. We'll come back to it. We can go ahead and redo this part. But when I have to read a manual, that's really bad. Because that means, hey, I'm actively trying to figure out what is going on. And I have nothing else to turn to. So, yeah, me reading the manual, it's kind of a big deal. But it still just wasn't working. So then, I found out that my own, the company that made my microphone released a, program specifically for like this kind of thing, for like the stuff that I'm having difficulty with, which is known as D-clicker and D-esser. Like that is the specific stuff that I like need assistance with. And it's called a Logitech G Hub. But I downloaded it and it just said loading resources for like a hot while. And I was like, everything all good there? And then eventually I just like unplugged it and replugged it back in and I was like, oh, there it goes, like it's all better. Yeah, I remember this very clearly. This is definitely one of the things. Yeah. In fact, right here is where the thing is, actually. Yeah, it's right over there. Super annoying, but the good thing is that we do not need... Like, there's no boxes over there with that death route, thankfully. But with that, I then like turned everything to max, and it allows you to live preview it, so you can like record a sample and then like adjust settings and it'll like show you what it'll sound like. And I found stuff that I'm like, okay, you know what? This isn't bad. This is kind of what I'm looking for-ish. And so that's where I'm at right now. And so I'm like, yep, let me just go ahead and use this. And then I went through, recorded everything again, which my third time recording something, which typically takes about 9 minutes per recording. I know it's not a lot, but it's the process of like doing it like when you have the time, then coming back later and be like, okay, this is great, and then you listen to it and you're like, this is horrible, what the heck. It's right. But yes. That was like everything I was dealing with. So I finally listened to it after like doing the microphone thing as well as an additional plugin to help decrease the S's even further. And then that's when I'm like, okay, this kind of sounds like I kind of like start to get lost in my own voice, quite honestly. But we need to go and get that death route. So I will see you all right then. Okay, and we are back. I have not gotten hit. And now we actually have Aku Aku Invincibility, which we really don't need for this part, but I'll take it, I guess. Like, it really doesn't hurt anything. Okay, but I'm just glad to be on the death route because I can guarantee you it took... That's right, I remember this now. I remember this so clearly. So you're gonna hate this part, and I know because I hate this part. Although, because I hate it, it might mean that, like, you might enjoy it. But this is the part where I'm like... This is where I'm, like, so glad that I did the... And let me get away from y'all. This is why I'm, like, so glad that I did... Ow. The test run. Because this is where I absolutely needed it more than anything. So obviously you can, like, blow up some of the nitro. But that's not even it. Like, the nitro, it's just, like, a falsehood. Well, not a falsehood. It's a red herring. That's what the kids call it these days. The reason why it is a red herring is because it's not about the nitro. It is about the depth perception that you are going to have to, like, hope that you're, like, so good at. So you really just gotta, like, hope you know how to, like, see platforms and such. Oh my goodness. It is quite annoying. And then we go right into here. Now, I'll be ready for this part. Okay. Whew. There we go. Ooh. Okay. That was as successful as it could have possibly been. Glad we got that handled. Okay, now it's time for the gold rush. And yes, I believe this one is either a gem or a death route, but I'm almost certain it's a death route because I remember this too. Yeah, we get the Wild West now for some reason. Why, I have no idea. It's just how it is. As well as, for the part of me, like, reading something over and over again, funny enough, when I'm reading stuff, I typically don't mess up. It is when I am... out of the way. It is typically when I am just, like, talking in general and, like, spitballing and just doing anything to, like, for, like, the commentary. That is when I typically, like, start to, like, mess up and slip my words up because I'm busy just, like, not really thinking too much because I'm so busy just, like, playing the game. Ow. that's okay. That's not too bad. I can happily, like, that. There's like no game that makes you appreciate an extra life more than Crash. Because this one has the death rats and everything. Like, yeah, it does happen for, out of the way, for Mario as well. But like, still. Ooh, I want that. Okay, great. Yoink. There we go. Yeah, just want to make sure I got it. 209 boxes, my goodness. Yeah, and I'm almost certain that there is a death rat here, especially with that number. Okay, here is the fun part, where this part is kind of like the, not Tiny Huge Island, but the, not Mushroom Gorge either. My goodness, I'm trying to remember the Tiny Tall Mountain, or it's something like that. Okay, just wanted to get that out of the way. There we go. From Mario 64. That's what I'm trying to like get at. I have no idea what that activates, so we're going to like take our time there. Okay. Two, three, four. Oh. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Whew. I apologize for not talking, but this is like a very stressful thing, as you can obviously tell. Hey, that is all 36. Whew. But I forgot what I was saying. That's my bad. Anyway. I'm just... It just comes to me. But... So, okay, cool, I guess we're doing that now. There is something I want to bring up, which is that I accidentally logged into one of my old YouTube accounts. It just kind of happened, just because I was using the account for something else. And then I was like, wait a minute, this is my old channel. So then I went to like look on it, and I was like, wow. This is like, it was different and the same in so many ways. For one, I showed my face, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm like, not too fond of myself, but, you know, I definitely was like, ugh. I was in my unique phase there. But me stumbling as to like the words that I'm saying, as well as just like the Let's Playing and the commentary in general, all that was exactly the same. And like it was insane just how much I like have kept that tradition. Yeah, I don't want to talk to you. Okay, there we go. Yeah, get away from me. Okay, great. And again, this part right here, this isn't bad right now, but just you wait, because it is going to be so much worse. Okay. So if we press the square button, then we will, like, hit the box, like that. And if we just, like, spam the X button, then we will be, like, hitting some of the boxes. Just gotta get that. Okay, great. But it was just so weird. And the funny thing was that there was like a few different like videos that I was like doing, like Let's Plays, I mean. And okay, ooh. One of them was Pokemon Sword and Shield, and like I was like, okay, cool. Like I didn't even watch it, but there was like an update video that I made that was literally just titled well, I don't want to say what it's titled so you can find it, but it was talking about like an error that was happening for some reason in like 2 different games. And I was like, okay, this is a sign. Like, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how to fix it. So I'm just going to go ahead and call it. And that's exactly what I did. I was like, okay, well, say goodbye to this YouTube channel. You know, it's gone. And so that was it. But the games that I were playing was Sonic Riders, as well as... Yeah, I don't care. I needed that. And here's the death route, right over here. Before I get on that, I want to know, like, if there is a checkpoint up ahead. 'Cause I'm hoping there is. Just so then I don't have to, like, die and, like, go back through everything. I'm starting to think that there is indeed not a checkpoint. Which, I mean, that's fine. Oh, no. Okay, I'm starting to become very nervous now, honestly. I'm starting to definitely believe I should have just gone... Okay, there's the checkpoint. Okay, now that we found that, we are going to go all the way back now. Jump, there we go. Okay, great. Okay, but yeah, I wanted to hit that checkpoint, so then I really don't have to worry about, like, dying and then starting, like, far back. Yeah, that's good. But I was also playing the SpongeBob SquarePants movie game, and that was, like, super, like, insane to me. I'm like, wow, I can't believe I was doing that game, like, back then. I stopped it because there was, like, a visual, my goodness, issue that was happening for some reason. Crash, that is not the time to do that. Yeah, there was just some issue that I was unable to, like, absolutely go and, like, figure out what was going on to, like, save myself. Ooh, my goodness, okay, ooh. Yeah, did I mention that this one really wants you dead? I feel like that... Oh, no. Hit. Okay. Ooh. I just want to catch my breath here. Like, can I please do that? Anyway, there was, like, some video issue that I could not figure out, and it was just rampant for some reason, and it was so insane. But I'm glad it's not here anymore. And I also think that I find it kind of, not funny, haha, but funny, ironic, how I was over here just, like, absolutely spending, like, so much time. Oh, my goodness. Okay. Ooh. No! I almost had it, too. Okay, now we get to, like, go back very slowly. But I found it so ironic how I've been over here, like, talking about how I haven't been, like, playing the second game as much as I'm playing Crash, only to then turn around and then just become hyper-focused on the game and, like, accidentally beat the game because I was, like, so locked in. So now I have lots of videos for Arcade Paradise done, and not a lot for Crash 4, which I'm completely fine with. Like, if there was a game that I wanted to have a surplus of, it would very much be Arcade Paradise, because that's the kind of game where, like I have to be in, like, a mood to do it, and I want to say that my commentary was alright in Arcade Paradise. It wasn't amazing, but I feel like it was alright. Like, I feel like I did passable. I feel like I was alright with it. I don't feel like it was horrible. Yeah, my goodness. Also, this music is absolutely not helping. The music is very frantic, and that is not the vibe I'm looking for right now at this point in time. But it was so cool. And it's even doubly better because now I'm going to be starting another marathon. Let me just go ahead right on over here. Okay, whew. Yes, please. Give me that. Thank you. And death. Oh, that's so much better. Now I can just go forward. Yeah, there's boxes over here, just so you know. You might miss that. So I'm trying to, like, help you. In fact, I can go ahead and... Sorry. There we go. Yeah, you can't jump off that. It's just Nitro's there to, like, I don't know, spite you or something like that. I don't know. There is something up here. Oh, no, there's not. Okay. My bad. I thought there was. But I'm very excited because there's going to be another marathon once Arcade Paradise is done. And this is something that, like, I'm not, like... I'm trying to find, like, the best way to phrase it. It's something that, like, I think is going to be enjoyable for everyone. It's going to be very easy to record, for me anyway. And it's just something that I'm, like, genuinely, like, very much enjoy. And I've only played the first game of it, and I'm not going to be doing, like, all the different endings. Just, like, making my choices and, like, just dealing with the consequences of it. Because that's how I like these games. I like to, like, make my choices and then just deal with it. And like, there's a lot of like different things. It was like, oh, well, you could like do strats and bit, and I'm just like, no, I'm all right. Like, I just want to like make my mistakes and then just like own them, like full on. Like, yep, I sure did that. And then just like have people like be upset with me, like, how could you do that? I'm like, I don't know. Like with Heartstopper, that's one of them, where my spouse was like, are you gonna like go back and like, you know, like, oh my goodness, okay, ooh. It was like, are you gonna go back and, you know, like redo, or oh my goodness. Anyway, he was like, are you going to like go through and like, you know, select all the different choices so we can see everything? I'm like, no. He's like, what? I'm like, yeah, if people want to see it, then they can play the game themselves. He's like, what? You're not going to do that for us? I'm like, no. Like, I made my choice. It was a painful choice, but I made it. So, like, you know, too bad, so sad. Now, I will say, there was one time where I had to, like, look up, like, what the choice was. And thankfully, I caught it. Because it was for Detroit Become Human, where if you make the wrong choice, then someone's... Alright then. If you make the wrong choice, then someone's like, gone. And I was like, ew. And thankfully, I realized my mistake fast enough before it could autosave, to which I then just like closed out of the program and then like reopened it and then like made the opposite choice. And I was able to like save them. I was like, ah, yeah, that's how you do it. So, again, I'm like... I know that for, like, some games, like Until Dawn, like, someone has to die. Like, you're not going to be able to keep everyone alive. I think, anyway. I want to say that's how Until Dawn is. I could absolutely be so horribly wrong. I have no idea. I've played very little of Until Dawn, and I wasn't doing a Let's Play of it, so, you know, kind of stopped playing it. That's kind of how I roll. I'm really good at starting games, not good at finishing them. Okay, well, I'm fine with that one taking the Aku Aku. But there is still a lot of boxes here, like, my goodness. Okay, and right there. Yeah, so I will definitely do my best. But thankfully, no one's going to die in this game. I don't think any. Okay, well, you've already seen this quite a few times. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead of this for you. Okay, and we are back with double Aku Aku mask, so that's even better. But this game, there's not going to be anyone dying. And the thing is like, I'm very anti-visual novels for quite a few reasons specifically. And that's because, one, like, it's such an oversaturated market that... Oh, no. I mean, then again, it doesn't really matter because it's Nitro. But it's such an oversaturated market where it feels like everything is like a visual novel at this point. So like it's really like annoying to me, and it becomes like very difficult to even like try to find something that is like unique anymore. Then it's like a really big time investment. Okay, we do need that. Okay, now let's do that. Okay, good. Get that, and we need that. Okay, and here are these 6. And there we go. See, I told you we'd be all right. But this game, it's not a visual novel, but it kind of is. Instead of trying to date multiple people, it's just one person. And the reason that I'm just like, oh, this is going to be so cool, is because I played the first game, like willingly, on my own accord, like not making a video for it. And it was
Bring it, you brain-dead Bandicoot.
and it was like really good, and I'm like, no, what did I do wrong? What? And so I'm like super excited for it. I cannot wait to show all y'all, especially because, again, I have the trilogy, and like the first one alone like leaves you so like heartbroken that I am beyond thrilled to see how 2 and 3 are. So yeah, I'm very excited for this. Granted, I can't record it for like quite a bit until I finish editing all the Arcade Paradise videos, but you know, win some, lose some. Oh no, I have too many videos that I have pre-recorded. Oh darn. Like, you know, like, oh, big whoop, Chronically Blue. How, what a burden you carry. Yeah, there we go. I remember there's a box here that, like, tripped me up. I'm almost certain that there was. Because I can very nearly remember me playing this on a Discord call for the training. And I was just, like, going for it. And I just, like, missed a box. I'm like, huh, why did I miss that? I had no idea. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of boxes here. As you can tell, there's 166. Yeah, they really enjoy their boxes at this point in time. Okay, we got that. Okay, there's nothing over there. But keep in mind that there is going to be quite a few things. Okay, there's nothing over there. Yeah, just due to like how big and wide this space is, it's what really makes it kind of like, huh, it's hard to like keep up and like check everything, especially in the ball. I believe, okay, I want to say there is nothing to the right except for Nitro, but the left one is like actual boxes. Because they're trying to like trick you with the, oh, there's a Nitro, so you better stay away. Then you take the wrong path and like, uh-oh, all Nitro. And I'm like, ding dang it. I'm like, how could I? Oh no. It's weird that it took like until hitting the bottom of the floor and not the water itself. But it's fine. But I'm so ready for it. I really am. And I hope all y'all are going to enjoy it as well. Because I know I'm definitely going to enjoy it. But then again, that kind of helps, you know? Like, it'd be weird for me to, like, record a video and being like, I am the only one that hates this. I mean, I have done that. Have I? I think I have, honestly. I want to say that I've done that. I have. And it was The Quiet Man. Which, I checked. If you've been keeping up with The Quiet Man is my most hated game ever. I hate it so much. There was so much wasted potential, and they could have done so much with it, and they didn't. And it hurts me. And it's such... Anyway. I did a Let's Play on it. However, I don't think there are any boxes down there. I'm almost certain there aren't. But I did a Let's Play of The Quiet Man. And what had happened was, it was when I was back in doing like my edgy while still being like PG kind of thing. Which, very hard to do, mind you. Like, it's not easy to be like edgy and PG at the same time. And so, you know, just because of like how much it did not work, I was like, okay, let me just go ahead and like get rid of this. And so I did. So, The Quiet Man is no longer on this channel, and it hasn't been for quite a while. Like, even back when I first brought it up, which is a good thing, because no one should have to be forced to watch The Quiet Man. So, again, if you've already heard me complain about The Quiet Man before, I apologize, but I'm going to do it again. What it is it is a game where you start as someone who is just, they're deaf, and so you have, like, no idea, like, what's going on with them, you have no idea, like, what's going on around you, everything is silent. But, because you are deaf, and you're hearing everything from this person's perspective, there's going to be, like, a lot of stuff that you're missing out on, obviously, so you have to, like, try to, like, read lips, and, like, try to figure stuff out, but even when the characters do, that's fun. Even when some of the characters do, like, hand gestures, and other times when the main character themselves speaks, we don't hear what they're saying. And that was so annoying. The part that, like, really narrows in as to, like, just how horrendous this whole thing was, once you beat the game, the first time, you then unlock the dialogue. So you then have to replay the game a second time to like learn the story and see everything that was going on. And all of that was just... It was so unnecessary to do it that way. Because great stories can be told without words, but the way they did it was just so absolutely incorrect. Oh yeah, this random box is right here. Yeah, I just thought you should know that. It is very annoying that they put like random boxes here in this nitro path. But they did, because they're like, why not? It'd be cute. But yes, it is... It was just so annoying that I had to play through the game twice when I already was getting massively tired of it at that point in time. Okay, Tony, if you could just like... Okay, great. Yeah, if you just like... Thank you. So yeah, you have to play through the game twice, unfortunately. And then once you learn the story, it is weird and incoherent and like really doesn't make sense. To the point where you're like, huh? Like, it starts to make more sense when you can't hear it, as opposed to when you can. And it's so like mind-boggling, like why they did it this way and like the choices that they made. And there's so many things about it. Like, I just went into like a gigantic circle. But it was just so annoying. It really was. And the gameplay itself was beat 'em up. Very simple combo, and that was all you got. Just a simple combo and beating people up. And there is only one trophy that I did not have on that game, and that is to go through the entire game without getting hit once. Because I like my sanity. So I'm like, I'm alright, quite honestly. I think I don't need that in my life. I think I'll be alright, Chief. So, yeah. That's fun. Alright, so right here is where we actually have to like go off and just like make a break for it in order to get into here. Yeah, I hate that game. I hate it with a passion. The only good part of it was the fact that Imogen Heap was there as like the song ending. Like she was the first voice you heard in like such a long time, because you're playing the entire game in silence. So when you finally hear Imogen Heap you're like, well, this is beautiful and all, but what the heck did I just play? What did I just watch? I'm so confused. So yeah, that's The Quiet Man. Now we're going on to Great Balls of Fire, which is obviously, you know, not a pun of Great Balls of Fire. Oh yeah, I forgot, I have Diet Coke. Sorry. I don't know if you like that sound or not. I just always associate it with Coke. And I like sodas, but I am unable to afford quite a few things at this point in time. So I'm just like, I'm typically drinking water, more so than not. And with that, like, there's very few times when, one, I can get like fast food, and two, I'm able to and like afford it and like not feel guilty about it. So my spouse went over to a friend's house, and they're staying there overnight. And in doing so, we actually got coupons for like my favorite fast food place. And it was so cool. Wait, now watch this. Okay, never mind. But I got coupons to Del Taco, and I was so ecstatic. I'm just like, aw, yeah. And they're like, hey, I'm just gonna go and like crash at like this person's house. And I'm just like, okay, do it. Like, go for it. And so the spouse is over there, and I was like, this is my time. I'm gonna do it. So what I did Was I did everything that I want to. That's what I have to do. Yeah, so we're going to, like... Okay, well, that's not exactly what I want to do. Okay, there we go. Okay, there it is. I was trying to remember what button it was. But, anyway. Yeah, my spouse is over there. And, like, I am, like, thrilled for him and, like, so happy that he is, like, enjoying his time with friends and such. And me doubly so, because he really hates my favorite fast food place, which means that I can't get it too often. But don't feel too bad, because I also dislike his favorite fast food place. That's just kind of how it is. He really likes Checkers, and I really like Del Taco. Del Taco, if you want to sponsor me, please do. I love your carne asada epic Cali bacon burrito. Please sponsor me. I will use that. I will get that burrito every day of my life, and it will be my breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I promise you. Please. Now that I've been shameless, because everyone needs free food nowadays. I got Del Taco, and it's really good, and I very much enjoy it, and it's awesome, and yeah. But because it has been, like, so long since I've been able to, like, have soda and such, just because, like, I haven't been able to, like, afford it too much, it's just great to be able to have it. Yeah, well, this is awesome. I don't know if you can tell, but we actually have the invincibility on us right now, which means that we get to just, like, blow past all this stuff, which is really great because I am not too sure as to where I'm going, and, like, I could die at any second. Or not. Okay, that's great. Yeah, it's out of my way. Oh, there's more. Oh, okay. Okay, we're good. We're good again. We're back to having the triple Aku Aku. Yeah, let's hit that. There we go. Oh no! And yeah. And there's more, because of course there is. This is getting kind of, like, annoying at this point. Like, how is there so many? You know? But, you know, I guess, like, this kind of thing happens, yeah. As long as I'm just, like, aware of my surroundings, that's what really matters. The only thing is that, like, I'm very, like, painfully oblivious. Oh, there's the final part, too. Yeah, in real life, I'm painfully oblivious. Like, if someone gets, like, a haircut, it'll take me, like, a day or two to notice it. Unless, like, they change, like, unless it was, like, a drastic change. Okay, I'm not talking, like, highlights. Like, if it's highlights, I'm probably not going to notice. But, like, if there's, like, a new rug, I'll notice it. But I cannot tell you how many times, like, I've walked into poles and such at, like, at, like, Walgreens or whatever. And, like, my mom will absolutely agree and be like, yeah, he really is that oblivious. And yet somehow I'm so good at, like, I don't know. And yet somehow I am, like, good at platformer games. Okay, well, that kind of would have helped if I could see that. Cool. That makes sense. What? I don't... Yeah. And it's just an anomaly at this point in time, where I'm just, like, somehow good at platformer games, but painfully horrible at, like, real life. Okay, I just want to make sure that, like, I'm good here. I don't want to, like, walk into, like, something. Let me get rid of you, quite honestly. Okay, now we're getting to, like, alright parts here. Let me get rid of you, there we go. Yeah, just, like, make this easier on yourself. Just, like, go ahead and, like, try to, like, get rid of the stuff, you know? I will say, the aiming part here, like, it's not great, okay? Like, it's just okay. It's like, do your best with what you have. But yeah. Go right. Cool. I love that. Well, now you know where we were. We're gonna go right back there. Okay, and we are back. As well as I feel like I should mention that all the Del Taco that I just ate previously before recording has not exited my body, as Del Taco typically does. Jump on over here. That's the box. Ding dang dang it. Gonna hope that I can hit that. Awesome. Hey, there is no more boxes. And there we go. Right at the cusp. Also, please notice that, like, I've been, like, editing out a majority of the deaths, and there hasn't even been that many, like, backtracking times, like, in this area. But the levels are obviously getting longer, and it's mostly due to the robot mech.
Crash, you've been a naughty boy, but now that's going to end.
I don't like the way you said that. It's like when I was working at Taco Bell, and this is a true story. Unfortunately, I was working at Taco. Alright, Death. I think that I want to say there's a life thing here. Death route. Yeah, it looks like it. Okay. But I was working at Taco Bell, and this 60-year-old man just, like, he came up and ordered, and I'm just like, okay, here's your food. And I was like, you know, like, once I handed him the food, he said, "Thanks a lot, baby boy." And that just, like, made me go, ugh. Like, we didn't have a word for it back then. Like, we did not have the ick. Cringe was kind of popular, a little bit-ish, I guess. Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna have to, like, go through and, like, do the death route, like, afterwards. But, like, it was so gross to have, like, this 6-year-old man call, again, you know, at the time, a 19-year-old baby boy. And I'm just like, I'm only thankful that it was the drive-thru, because if it wasn't the drive-thru and that person had to, like, you know, if I had to, like, watch them sit and eat in, like, the little area, the dining area, I don't know what I would have done, quite honestly. So, like, that's better than nothing. Speaking of other stories from Taco Bell. Get out of my face with that nonsense. There was one where this one person was, like, super confident that they had their order, like, down pat and, like, knew exactly what they wanted, knew how much it was, and, like, the whole 9 yards. And they're like, yeah, I want the thing with this, 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 and this on it, and it's gonna be this much, and it's this. I'm like, so I hate to inform you of this. However, we're back at the beginning again. I'm like, I hate to inform you of this. However, the thing that is this price and has these things that you were looking for is not this thing that you were referring to. It is this thing. They're like, listen, I don't want to have to take you out back and, like, teach you a lesson or two, but, like, I know what it is, so just get me the thing. I'm like, okay. So then I rang him up for the thing that he specifically asked for, and he's like, this isn't it. This tastes wrong. I'm like, he's like, I want you to remake it the right way. I'm like, okay. So then, like, I rang up the thing that I thought it was, and lo and behold, that was it after all. And I'm just like, he's never gonna know. He does not care to know. He believes he is right, and that is all that he wants to believe. The reason why this story has stuck out in my head is not because it was a white guy, and the white guy was like, oh, I know how this should be, and, like, not because he was pulling, like, a total Todd or anything, but because he then commented on like how great the TV show was that we had on in like the lounge area. The TV show we had on was like Miss Itzy's Bitsy like Spider Group, something like that. It's the one with the spiders, you know what I'm talking about. The one that's like for like TVY. And the fact that he was like so enthralled by this TV show was like very unique to me. And then another thing involving the TV, because this happened a few times unfortunately, was where like we just turned the TV on in the morning and like that was it. Like we really did not care because like it was just there just because, I guess. Like we didn't really have a reason. It was just there. It's like, oh my goodness, I hate that. It was just there to like entertain the customers, like in Dino Dash. So when the TV was on, like most of the time, no one touched it. It was just like, hey, it's just whatever. But I remember one time specifically on a weekend, I want to say, a person came in, and I am having such a difficult time seeing like what I'm supposed to be like touching here. Okay. But it was a weekend, and what happened was we had someone come in, and they had like their child with them. Like, hey, can you like turn on something like can you like turn something on that like is a little more appropriate? I'm like, sure, I guess. And so like once they ordered, I then went through and like turned off Ion, which if you don't know what Ion is, it's this like super basic cable channel where like they don't really have anything good, to be honest. Oh no. Okay, well I kind of needed that extra life up there. But so I just turned it on to like the Cubo channel, which if you know Cubo, it is this like, you know, TVY channel that's like over satellite. So like if you have an antenna, then you're going to get it and it's going to be fine. But like they typically like had stuff that was like already like quite heavily past its prime. So like you weren't going to be getting like new latest greatest stuff on it. And the only reason why I know about this is because I soon got a TV antenna just because I was always fascinated by TV antennas and like wasn't able to have like the cable in like wasn't able to have like a cable box in my room for like, you know, good reasons, mind you, because well, actually no, not really. I really don't know why. Anyway, the point is that I got an antenna, and lo and behold, one of the things that came was Ion, the Spanish channel, and then Cubo. And like nothing was really too exciting about Ion. Like, believe it or not, I prefer to like watch Cubo over Ion. But that was very brief. And I just remember like there's this one show that like it wasn't the Wildcrats, but it was kind of something along that mixed with like the World of Dick. Like Deke. But yeah, it was very unique. So, but that's all I recall from Cubo. Just like having shows that like have been like passed around on like so many different like TV channels to the point where like it's kind of amazing, like just how much they're like relying heavily on these reruns. But again, reruns aren't bad or anything. It's just knowing that like I've seen it on a different channel and then knowing that it got moved to like a different channel and then more so. It's very unique. So like that's the best like descriptor I have for it, is how it's like just unique. Yeah. And here we have to like be very careful and like low with what we're doing here. And like these yeah, that does not help. Also, you see that gigantic line of TNT there? Yeah, that's going to be awesome for everyone involved, including me. Did I mention I get to go through that? yeah, it's gonna be super awesome. I am glad though that it's not a death route. So like at least with like the gem, I can like be kind of alrightish, I guess. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it's just unique. Like I cannot tell you how. Like I'm trying to. Okay, so like the Golden Girls, okay? The Golden Girls was on TV Land. Is either on TV Land or WE. And, you know, that's just what it was on. And whenever I was like home or like didn't have anything like going on or anything, and I just like wanted to like mess around and just like remember what cable's like, I like turned it on and like watched Golden Girls. The thing is though, that it has now since moved from that onto, and you won't believe this, Hallmark. And the reason why I say that is because Hallmark is very not the Golden Girls. Like there is indeed cursing in the Golden Girls and a lot of colorful language. So it was like the fact that that was on Hallmark was like such a shock to me. I was like, really? This? I mean, like, I'm not against it. Like, I'm here for it. But, like, it is... Oh! My heart. Okay, at this point, I'm gonna have to see if I'm able to, like, even just, like, get that out of the way. Like, I want to know if I can, like, go ahead and, like, just do, like, a double long jump spin to, like, get over that. Because I want to say I can, but I'm not sure. That being said, if I mess up again, then I'm just going to go ahead and, like, cut to, like, me doing it and, like, just using, like, clampers or pliers in order to, like, hold down the button so I don't, like, scare myself. Get that, there we go, get that, there we go, fantastic, fantastic. Hit! Okay, whew. Hello there. Gimme. There it is. Yeah, it is very unique to have to, like, try to, like, mess around. Ah! It's just dumb. Like, that's what it really is. To have to, like, go through and, like, keep doing, like, these awkward jumps and such. But then again, that's what I signed up for. But, like, this is, like, the worst of it. Which, you know, makes sense. It is the final... Well, not the final, but it's, like, the last of the levels that most people will be playing through. Like, still. Like, I can still be upset about it. Like... Will you? Yeah. I'm just trying to make my life easier. Like, why are you hindering me? It's really good to hear your voice saying my name. It sounds so sweet, coming from the lips of an angel. So, this is my little theory. That wasn't even near me. What the... Such colorful words I would love to use at this very moment, but I know that I can't. And I had knock walk when I lost it. That's beautiful. But I have this theory. And it is the... I just have it as like the triangle theory. Like that's the best that I got here. But it is when you have a list of bands, like 3 bands specifically, where the best way to describe them is to say this band plus this band equals this band. And that's it. That is the best way to describe it. For example, what is Hinder? Well, it's going to be Nickelback mixed with Theory of a Dead Man. And like, what is Theory of a Dead Man? Well, it's Nickelback mixed with Hinder. What is Nickelback? Well, it's Hinder mixed with Theory of a Dead Man, but lighter. And that's basically how I can, like, describe it. And, you know, that being said, I very much enjoy their music. Like, all 3. Yes, I am a Nickelback fan. Sue me. Please don't, actually. I can't afford that. I don't know if we can, actually. I mean, I can try. Okay. No, we should be able to. Yeah! Take that. Yeah, I'm just waiting for this to like, go all the way up, just because I am like so scared of it. Okay, let me just... Yeah, sometimes like even though it's red, you're still able to like shoot them. Okay. Out of the way. Out of the way. Out of the way. Yeah, this is where like the cannon really does come in handy. Because then you can like actually like get use of it. So this is where like I'm like, okay, this is like a good use of it. Because then you can either like go strategic or just absolutely like go like, I don't care, I'm just gonna go for it. Okay, there we go. Time for death. Now that we got that gem. Okay, now onto the less hard stuff. There we go. Out of the way with that nonsense. But yes, I'm just like, I'm thrilled. You know, I am. As well as, and this is something really cool that I'm like super duper excited about. Like, I know that I could talk about like annoying work drama, but I'd rather talk about something that I'm like genuinely excited for instead. Let's go right here. There we go. Yeah, there's one up there. But I am a big fan of the musical Heathers because I'm a big fan of Heathers everything, even the TV show. Like, I thought the TV show was really good, and my mom did as well, and she is like more scrutinizing of Heathers than most people, quite honestly. And like, that alone is like quite insane. It's like, know that she was like a big fan of the show. And the reason, because... Alright, the reason is because she does not like the musical, which is like mind-boggling to me. But then she elaborated onto it about how like, she saw like, she saw like the movie as like this big thing that like defined like the society and how like this, that, and the other, and like how well it was done and how like it was great because like Heather never like mentioned or like acted like mean in front of the parents. Okay, whew. I had to make sure because like I saw that it was still there and I was like, I'm getting scared. But yeah, all that stuff. Me, however, I like the movie. I like the TV show. I like the musical. I like it all. It's awesome. I enjoy it so much. The reason why I bring this up, I know there's a cutscene here.
Congratulations, Crash. You should be proud of yourself. Not only have you collected all the crystals in record time, but you also defeated the elementals. Let Crunch and me be the first ones to congratulate you.
By pummeling your sad Bandicoot frame into a pulp. Come and get it.
Alright then. Alright. Heather's musical. I don't know if it was on Broadway. It might have been. I'm not sure, quite honestly. But there was a... That's what I have to do here. There was a camera capturing of it where it was on YouTube. Not YouTube, I apologize. On Roku. And so what had happened was we watched it on Roku, and it was like a live stage capture. If you don't know what that is, think of Hamilton, where they just like had cameras and just like had it done so it looked very professional and like zoomed in onto like the stuff that you like needed to see, and it was like really well done. I then found out that there was they were doing like another like tour of it in New York. I don't live in New York. I live very far from New York, quite honestly. So You know, I was just like ecstatic for it, and you know, I didn't really think too much of it. I really just assumed like, like it's cool and all, but I know that like it won't happen. That being said, I then got the notification that the pre-sale was available. And when that happened, I clicked onto it, and I found the... I don't remember what the purple one is. That's right, it's the lasers. This one's like super annoying. But with it, it was just like so cool. I gotta be careful with lasers here again. Yep, and then the ice blocks, which is super annoying. And then we have the regular blocks. Or the... And then we have the steam. I'm just trying to like watch everything here. There we go. Nope, not even close. Anyway, so I then got the notice of the pre-sale, went and looked up the pre-sale, and saw that it was like a price that I was able to afford. I'm like, this is Destiny. This is meant to like be my thing. This is meant to happen. And so, lo and behold, I got the 2 tickets, and they were like $40 each, which was super awesome. Because this is like an off-Broadway show, and I know people pay like big bucks to like see stuff like that. And so I was just like super stoked. And I told my spouse about it. I'm like, hey, we'd have to like go to New York to like see this off-Broadway show, but I'm very excited for it. And my spouse was also very excited for it, to the point where now we are like very giddy, very excited, and like ready to like make plans and everything. But now we have speed shoes. Run faster, hold R2 while running. So yeah, I'm gonna go see how this is musical.
Can't you ever let me win? What do you want from me, you cretin?
Cortex! You realize that Crash may have collected all the crystals, but he doesn't have the gems. With the gems, we can resurrect the masks one last time and destroy that Bandicoot once and for all.
Alright then. Okay, great. I'm glad that we were able to skip that, because obviously you know that we're going to be going through the credits, you know, once we actually do everything. And so this is a new thing, where it does unlock if you get like 5 time relics, but if you finish the game as well, we get to see this little thing here, which takes us all the way up here. Now, we can't see what any of this is. It just tells us how many relics are required. And all of them have 2 gems and a relic. There's a total of 30 relics, because of course there is. But yeah. So, very excited. Gonna go see Heather's in New York, which I haven't been to New York before, so that's gonna be super cool as well. And yeah, but as you know, next we are going to be going through and getting the relics. There's only 1 gem right over there that we need. There's a second one right over there, which is a colored gem. So there's 2. Let's see how many there are. Okay, so there's 2. There one over there. Nope. Yeah, so it looks like we'd only have to go through 2 levels in order to like get the rest of like the regular gems, and then, you know, doing the relics and then the centerpiece. But now you know where we are going to be going next time. So thank you guys. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all next time. Goodbye, my CB Bears.